to wake up. But open your eyes. What's the matter? Somebody hit you? Here. Let me help you.
You get wheezy birds.
Kind of busy here.
It sounds like real trouble. At the engine, they said Hope made a lateral assumption.
What do you hope? You're not happy about it? Shit. Come on.
One thing about this game is now the first game is set in motion because there's a dude who receives an email saying that a certain corporation is fucked up, and this is the dude who sent that email.
Mark, they've paged for you 3 times already. There's something urgent at the engine. What are you doing in here anyway? I thought you were just a software.
Yeah, this is like totally un-Outlast since you have regular people, like they're all not insane, except for that dude who looked at me like a fucking creep. I'm pretty sure that guy's insane somehow. But beyond him, nobody's insane. Oh, one of my favorite parts about this game is that even though it's first person, you look down, you can see your whole body. Not nothing, and not just fucking legs like Halo. You can see your whole body. I like that.
Cutting it close. Next patient's incoming and arterial spin still down. We need you at the front.
They've got Gluskin out of his cell. Page him again. We need this Park guy in here now. Tell him he's got 15 seconds to keep his job.
Christ.
I almost feel like counting to 15.
Park, final. Where have you been? Functional imaging in faces and talking to the ASL. We got a patient 30 seconds out and we're blind inside his head.
I can call into the chamber, ask them to delay.
No, I don't need another performance evaluation. Mr. Park here is gonna have us up and running before we even know it. Right, Mr. Park?
Guess this keyboard is wireless.
Are we happy, Mr. Park?
Steve? fMRI is still dark.
You're doubting our friend, Mr. Wayland Park? Which I consider more than unkind to his programming skill and considerable dedication to the Murkoff Corporation. Fuck me, they're bringing him in.
No, not again. No. Exactly. Help me, they're gonna rape me. Ray. Help me! Don't let them do this! Don't let them... I know you can stop this! You have to help me! You have
Hey, calm yourself. This is a high security...
It's all right, Agent. Mr. Park was just surprised. I'm sure he's still calm and eager to finish his work. Take your seat. Quickly, Mr. Park. The head will need to roll if the fusion monitoring is not active when we put him in the engine. 5 seconds. 4. 3.
Arterial spin labeling is back online.
Good.
Positioning imaging plates.
You're finished, Mr. Wayland Park. You can leave. Don't expect anything but honesty.
Sure, hold on.
You need to exit the room.
I want to bone his bitch. You hear that, huh? Asshole.
And goodbye.
Apparently keyboards in Murkoff Corporation have all 26 letters on 10 keys. Let's see what's in here.
Somebody's been telling stories outside of class.
On the floor! Down! Hands where I can see them!
Mr. Wayland Park, consulting contract 8208. Software engineer with a level 3 security clearance. Graduated cum laude from Berkeley, but still somehow not smart enough to realize that the last thing a fly ought to do in a spider's web is wiggle. Somehow dumb enough to think that a borrowed laptop, onion router, and firewall patch would be enough to fool the world's leading supplier of biometric security. Stupid, Mr. Park. More than stupid. In fact, that was crazy. I'm afraid we're going to have you committed. Mr. Park, will you willingly submit to forced confinement? Did you hear that, Agent?
He said yes, Mr. Blair.
Great. Oh, and did I just hear Mr. Wayland Park volunteer for the morphogenic engine program?
That's what I heard, Mr. Blair.
That was brave indeed, Wayland. The Murkoff Corporation and the Onward March of Science both appreciate your bravery and sacrifice. Maybe you could administer Mr. Park here a light anesthetic.
Gladly.
And a concussion. Oh, well, that's in his camcorders. One thing I will do is I will read these for the lore of it. If you guys don't want me to read this, just let me know. But by default, I'm gonna read them. I fucked up. Oh God, where am I? Hours could have passed, or weeks. Brain filled with static. They made me watch the engine. Have to get help. Have to call for help. Lisa, I'm sorry. If I die, I know you'll find me. I know you won't rest until you find my body. I hope you find this camera with my corpse. I hope the evidence on it does what I couldn't. Expose the truth. Lisa, baby, I'm so sorry. I fucked up. I thought I was doing the right thing, but I fucked up bad. You said it. I'm gonna be using my night visions more sparingly.
You think you're safe in there? Flower. Pretty flower. Fucking. I'll open you up. Open you up and show you. You wait right there.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. And now here's where shit gets real. That's another good thing about this. They changed the closing door mechanics to make it more realistic. Wow. These guys really like blood.
Come to join our therapy session. Here, take the blade. Keep around my friend here. Get a little red on your hands. It's always healthy to express yourself. You keep it bottled up too long and you might do something you regret. No. You're one of those. Too good for the likes of us. Think you're different? Something special? There are no observers here. Now, get the fuck out of here before I change my mind.
No problem, buddy. Alright.
Fucker, try again. Come back here!
Come on, bitch. Yeah, the one negative thing about this playthrough is that some of the jump scares that are supposed to get you won't quite get me. But this game is still pretty damn good. Let's see. Actually, I don't think, I don't remember all the jump scares, actually, when I think about it. But that's just the unbelievable.
Bad idea. We get out of here through reception, and then Merc Tactical clean it up.
If they get here in time. We need help now. If we get them on the radio, the National Guard could be here within...
We don't even know the radio works.
It's shortwave. If the prison's got electricity, they've got signal, and the lights are on.
Murkoff has it under control.
Yeah, I noticed. We need to get to that radio.
Outside help doesn't come without outside attention. You want responsibility for every legally shaky thing you did on the Murkoff Company payroll? I know I don't.
It's too late to worry about that. This just has to stop.
You're scared. You're not thinking straight. Let me make something clear. You try to radio outside for help. I'm gonna give you a whole new suburb to be scared of.
Are you threatening me?
Yes.
Crazy shit. There's a radio in the prison. Shortwave. If it's electronic, I can make it talk. Make it work for me. There's hope, Lisa. I'm coming home to you. My mistake was subtlety, like you always said. I thought leaking information to a few journalists was the safer way. I didn't want the spotlight, the attention. Murkoff is dangerous, I know that. I thought I had to be subtle for your sake, Lisa, for the boys. But I should have exposed what Murkoff is doing to the world. I should have shouted to anyone and everyone. I can't die. Not before I reach the radio. They can't cover this up now. It's too broken, too dangerous. There are also files found in the game that go over more of the more lore in the story, and there are some that you find that go over specific antagonists in the game. I'm one of those guys in horror games that likes to actually know the lore of shit. I'll just do that to approach. Shit. Okay, no one. Fuck that.
You're not security. I'm a patient like you. Stole these clothes from a dead body I found. You gotta get me out of here. Please, just push the button. Open the door. We can get out of here together.
Why not? Okie dokie. The doctors are sick. I've never seen a man die before today. Never seen a dead body outside of a coffin. Dozens today. Murdered and worse. I don't know what's worse than murder, but okay. I looked into one man's eye as another tore him to pieces. Claimed he was a doctor, then saw the rags they dressed me in and changed his story. Said he was a patient. Could have been either. They're all crazy, all sick. No real difference between them now. The therapy is spreading. And what am I? I watched this man die and only thought, thank God it's not me. I know I'll die someday. I don't want to be murdered. Alright. Now, what's about to happen is I'm about to see what's called the Wall Rider, and it looks like a ghost. Now, when you see this fucker in this game, you just gotta run, because if you don't, he will fuck you up. Even hiding doesn't really help. Like that. But he can't pass through this.
Another one's coming! He's one of them! Lock it down, now!
Alright, that's my maximum of 2. Now when I very first played this game, I got so confused right here. Because I didn't really know what to do. Miss Grant, you may receive requests for information from a Mrs. Lisa Park of Leadville, Colorado. I don't know what CO is. Colorado, maybe? I don't know. In the coming weeks concerning the resignation and hospitalization of her husband, Waylon. This dude's name is Waylon Park, by the way. If so, please forward them to my personal attention. Waylon Park, former consulting contract 8208, resigned due to previously undiagnosed medical illness. I personally visited Mrs. Lisa Park and her sons and broke the news to them, with a silver lining that Murkoff Psychiatric would be graciously providing treatment. And yet still probably charging Lisa anyway. Mrs. Park had some less than charitable things to say about myself and the Murkoff Corporation. I take it that means she cussed you out and threatened to sue you. I assured her that with her power of attorney, she could try to fight the doctor's diagnosis of her husband's illness. Yep. However, if it were discovered that he resigned under false pretenses, his insurance would be canceled, and the family would be saddled with not insignificant health care. Oh, okay. See, I don't remember everything that happens here. Hopefully she understood, but if she insists on making a nuisance of herself or tries to get around me, please let me know. This is one I want to take care of personally. Yours, Jeremy Blair. That one dude in the suit that we saw earlier. Now this part confused the hell out of me, but all you gotta do is go up here. And this is why, because like it's fucked up. There we go. Alright, and here is where the real horror of the games begins. The real main first antagonist of this game. Who is gonna be a pain in the dick. And there's the buzzsaw. And here's where hiding really comes into play, as well as the camcorder. Oh, this is bare. This is bare feet.
Don't you look at us. I love him.
Not the first game I've ever played to have a cannibal, but the first game I've ever played to have to see a guy eat a human heart whole. Now in this game, regularly having the camcorder up does not drain your battery, only the night vision does. Alright.
I made it. I think it's safe. Can you climb up?
I'm coming, Cooper! I just have to lock the... There. I'm coming!
Alright,
Hold on!
Don't ask to see my body, Lisa. When I die, when you finish the lawsuits that let you pry this footage from Murkoff's army of lawyers and corporate hitmen, don't make them show you my body. Just bury it or burn it. Let my sons remember me whole. That man is eating human flesh. He looks at me and I see anger, a little desire, but more than anything, hunger. Please don't make them show you my body. Oh shit! I don't want him to see me right away. Fuck it. The reports of this, he's gotta fucking run. For a battery, by the way. I don't know if there are any around, but I hope so. Guess not. Fuck. Well, there's a hole right here. This part is often difficult because people don't know to look for that hole. Same with me, my first playthrough. Now get the key. What the fuck did you have an issue now?
I need to tell you a secret. A weird thing.
Fuck off. Ethan something. This is a request for specific legal consultation. The ongoing lawsuit by Melissa Cho against them, filed in 2010. At the time of Miss Cho's termination, the psychosomatic effects of the morphogenic engine on female employees and patients had been well established. Already more than 7 female employees and patients had reached fictitious half-term pregnancies in a matter of weeks before miscarrying the non-existent children, 5 of them fatally. God damn. Actually, I don't think I've ever read this file before. Huh. Crazy shit. In the facility, female employees were moved to higher floors in the facility, then to other buildings, and eventually entirely off of the Mount Massive facility. Well, yeah, I've never seen. Oh, that actually explains whether. Oh, okay, that explains a few things. Well, shit. Damn. The critical secrecy of Project Wall Rider necessitated secrecy in the motivating factor for the reassignments and terminations, resulting in perceived injustice from several terminated parties. Ms. Cho has succeeded in acquiring a court-ordered FOIA, I actually don't know what FOIA is, release of the documents surrounding her termination. Those documents will need to be generated and post-dated, providing humiliating information while skirting the relevant secrecy of the project. Please advise. Sounds like a subpoena. Now one thing about that kind of shit, even like subpoenas and shit like that in general, is that it's like people can just fake that kind of shit, you know. At least in video games. Okay. Alright. Fuck you, dude. Alright, one thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end this video right now. So, I will start my next one immediately, but I don't know when it's going to be uploaded.